I absolutely love Australia and I love gold mining in Australia. I've seen firsthand the success you can have. So I'm a fourth generation gold miner from Western Australia. I've been doing it since I was a little girl and absolutely love it. So my role is basically the local Australian. I'm hoping to use my contacts and my local prospecting knowledge to help find a business opportunity for Parker. Gold mining in Australia is extremely tight-knit. Miners don't like to talk, especially to outsiders. I'm lucky enough to have done a lot of gold prospecting and mining around Australia, and I have contacts in just about every state. I've lined up some business opportunities, some local miners, and used my contacts to find out what's going around in the gold game in Australia. So we're starting off in Victoria, which is exciting. It was one of the first places in Australia that was hit by a gold rush. And then we're working our way around Australia and basically following the gold rushes. I'm really excited to show the boys Australia and the characters that we have here. The places that I'm taking them are quite remote, so the people that are there are very interesting.
Well, the mining department.
I'm hoping it's not too much of a culture shock, but I'm excited to show them along the way and hopefully they enjoy it.
Okay, let's just dive right in today because we have an incredibly fascinating breakdown for you. We are looking at two absolute powerhouses of the modern gold mining industry, Parker Schnabel and Tyler Mahoney. Now, if you've ever watched their relentless pursuit of fortune, you know for a fact they bring just intense dedication to every single thing they do. But how exactly did these two very distinct individuals rise to the top of what is, honestly, a notoriously unforgiving field? Well, we've distilled all the key facts, their specific career transitions, and of course, their massive gold finds to map out their parallel journeys. So the very first thing we have to ask is, what does it actually take to survive the gold game? And we're not just talking about, surviving a single season out there. We're talking about that monumental transition from being a complete novice to becoming a high-stakes franchise-leading star. Gold mining is an industry built entirely on grit, instinct, and a massive, massive tolerance for risk. I mean, it literally crushes the unprepared. Yet both Parker and Tyler have managed to carve out these incredibly lucrative, sustained careers. They didn't just survive it, they thrived. Let's look at exactly how they pulled this off, starting with our first Titan. Section 1. Parker Schnabel's Unlikely Rise. From eager teen to franchise face. Now, Parker's trajectory is just one of the most compelling narratives in modern prospecting, mostly because he chose a vastly different path than most kids his age. He completely eschewed the traditional American route of higher education. Instead, he went straight for a boots-on-the-ground apprenticeship under his beloved Grandpa John Schnabel. He literally traded textbooks for excavators, putting everything on the line to master this ancient, brutal trade. Tyler, on the other hand, well, she essentially viewed the industry as a birthright. She was born right into a multi-generational family mining business, fully immersed from day one in the harsh, dusty camps at the Australian outback. So, you have two completely different educational backgrounds, but both leading straight to the goldfields. And Parker's career transitioned incredibly rapidly. He started out as that eager teen learning the ins and outs of the mining game in his grandfather's pretty sizable shadow. But well, he definitely didn't stay there long. He quickly accelerated into a massive career milestone by becoming the youngest crew boss in the history of the hit series. This youthful exuberance, combined with just unparalleled success, pushed him directly into his next major transition, starring in his very own spin-off series, Gold Rush Parker's Trail, leading expeditions all across the globe. He literally became the face of the franchise. Section 2. Tyler Mahoney's Outback Legacy. Generational Expertise. Tyler brings an expertise to the dirt that is incredibly rare, building a formidable professional resume honed by years of hard experience in some of the absolute most unforgiving terrain on the planet. Let's look at step 1. She makes a major name for herself down under on the hit series Aussie Gold Hunters. She truly proves her mettle there. And this naturally leads straight into step 2, where her solid reputation earns her a coveted spot alongside Parker Schnabel on Parker's Trail, helping him navigate the Australian outback. But step 3, this is where she really transcends the dirt. By authoring her memoir, Gold Digger, Tyler openly details the ongoing gender disparities and harassment that plague women in the mining industry. She is actively using her platform to fight for change and dismantle the boys' club mentality of the goldfields. Section 3. the big discoveries, measuring success in gold. Because hey, at the end of the day, success in this industry isn't just measured by screen time or book sales, right? It is measured in raw, heavy, tangible gold. And the absolutely crucial point here is this number, 5. Tyler Mahoney once unearthed a massive solid gold nugget weighing a full 5 ounces. Just think about the sheer density of gold for a second. A 5-ounce single nugget is an absolute monster of a find. In a recent interview with the Daily Mail, Tyler actually explains that pulling something like this out of the ground provides a massive dopamine rush. It's an addictive thrill that perfectly defines the term gold fever. And to this day, that single 5-ounce nugget remains the biggest individual gold find of her entire career. But actually, here is where it gets even more fascinating. While that 5-ounce nugget was her biggest single piece, it actually wasn't her most substantial discovery. Tyler was also responsible for uncovering a massive ironstone lode. According to reports, this ironstone deposit produced roughly 10 times the weight of that massive 5-ounce nugget. This brilliantly illustrates the difference between finding a beautiful, singular treasure and tapping into a highly lucrative, wide-scale mineral deposit. I mean, both require immense skill, but the lode, that is what truly builds a mining legacy. So why does she push so hard for these massive discoveries? Tyler sums it up perfectly right here, saying, "I don't get a set salary from gold prospecting. I get paid in gold." This quote, which she shared with the Daily Mail, completely strips away any romanticized view you might have of the industry. Prospecting simply does not pay unless you actually find something. There's no corporate safety net out there. There's no guaranteed biweekly paycheck. You either pull riches from the earth, or you go home with nothing but empty pockets and broken equipment. Section 4. The stakes of the game. When the mine goes bust. You know, just look at Parker Schnabel's recent trajectory for proof of those stakes. Despite his unparalleled success, a recent season on the flagship Gold Rush series was nothing short of disastrous for him. He poured immense resources, time, and money into a new mine, and it turned into a near-total washout. It's just a stark reality of the game. You can have the best equipment, the absolute sharpest instincts, and years of experience, and the ground can still simply refuse to pay out. It is a massive, high-stakes gamble every single time an excavator bucket hits the dirt. Section 5. Teaming up in Peru. Joining forces for redemption. But true titans don't just quit after a washout, do they? They pivot. Coming off that tricky, disastrous mining season, Parker had a tremendous amount riding on his next move. So he sought redemption in the potentially gold-rich veins of South America. To pull this off, he assembled a highly specialized, really tight-knit crew for Season 6 of Parker's Trail. With Parker taking the lead as the boss, he reunites with Tyler Mahoney, bringing her essential prospecting expertise straight to the perilous mines of Peru. They are also joined by Dan Etheridge, his trusted camera operator, and, crucially, because traversing South America's mines is incredibly dangerous, Dr. Diego Lazarbaru for vital medical support. This crew proved absolutely invaluable to Parker's big redemption run. Which leaves us with this final provocative thought. You have two titans of the industry, one who completely eschewed college to build a massive mining empire, and another who leveraged her generational outback legacy to fight industry disparities, converging in the unpredictable wilds of Peru. They've unearthed 5-ounce nuggets, they've survived complete washouts, and they know firsthand that you only ever get paid in gold. So will this powerful alliance in South America yield the ultimate redemption? Well, that is the true magic of the gold game. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this breakdown provided a clear, engaging look at what it truly takes to succeed in the mines.